This is Death Stranding. To some, this is a 40-hour walking simulator, and to others, it's a unique insight into the evolution of mankind and the impending destruction of the world. It's story time once again here on PlayStation Grenade. Here's Death Stranding in a nutshell. Death Stranding opens up with key parts of the lore. Acid rain is falling, but this rain does more than burn. It ages anything it touches. They call this time fall. Anyone caught out in the rain without protection will age in a matter of seconds. Scary stuff. Those that do venture out eat these things, cryptobiotes, which slightly alleviate the effects of timefall and assist in maintaining correct blood levels. Yeah, that does sound weird, so here's a better way to sum all that up.
A cryptobiot a day keeps the timefall away.
Because of the weather conditions, nobody ever leaves the hub bunker cities of the world, giving rise to the porters, people brave or stupid enough to walk to each location in the USA, dropping off supplies and parcels. One of these transporters is none other than Sam Porter Bridges, our hero of the story, whose first mission is to take medication to the President of the United States herself. Easy to follow so far? Well, let's add to this. Over the last 49 years, strange anomalies have occurred, allowing tar-covered dead beings to return to the land of the living, from crabs to humanoid shapes to whales to whatever the heck this thing is. The lore tells us that these are BTs, or beached things, which is quite literal. Dying in this world leads to a limbo-like place, which so happens to be a beach, which traps the dead before the afterlife. So it's literally like a purgatory. And wouldn't you have guessed it, in our first jaunt into the new world, Sam encounters a crew tasked with burning bodies. This process is imperative, as dead beings left to fester for too long will necrotize and become BTs. But the fumes of burning bodies is so toxic, it can only be done at a modern day crematorium. So Sam helps the guys out, and the black stuff hits the fan, as this mysterious man appears to summon BTs. The crew realise this is the end and attempt to kill themselves before the BT can. But what's with all this hurry-carry? Well, let's see what happens if a BT consumes a human being. Everything goes boom. This is called a voidout, and that's the end of the game. Thanks for watching. Well, luckily, Sam has a superhuman ability, as he can survive death. He is a repatriate. He simply finds his body and he's back. We don't understand the baby inside him at this point, but we will at the end of the video. So let's crack on. Sam makes it all the way to the President, and another bombshell hits us. President Bridget Strand is in fact Sam's mother. Bridget is on her deathbed, quite literally. Death Stranding likes to hit you in the face with these metaphors for 40 hours straight. President Strand's last wish is to reconnect the United States, and then dies while she poorly convinces Sam to help her out. Sam is immediately tasked with carrying his dead mother to the local incinerator, but we've already seen why this is a great idea to do ASAP. So Sam burns his mother's carcass, and was also instructed to incinerate a BB unit he was given in the field. This thing has a real baby locked inside a false womb. Long story short, they found that removing a child from a mother who had passed away, aka a still mother, gives the baby the ability to see both the living and the dead, making BB units imperative to spotting BTs. This unit is broken, so Sam is told to toss it in the garbage, but just before he does, BTs show up, and Sam uses the faulty BB unit to escape the area unharmed. Sam and his new partner return to HQ, and Sam still isn't convinced about Reconnecting America, so the game hits us with this. Sam's sister, Amelie, who just so happens to have been kidnapped on the other side of America. And he must save her, and in turn, she will then be the next Donald Trump. She will be the next president. But for all this to happen, Sam must first reconnect America. Something sounds fishy here. Long story short, Sam agrees begrudgingly, but not for America. He's doing this for his favourite sister, Amelie. And FYI, the criminal unit that took her away are none other than the Homo Demons. You can make your own joke there. Led by the guy we saw earlier who can control BTs. Happy days. So off Sam trots on his adventures using a piece of kit known as a Cupid to reconnect cities in the US, kinda like a futuristic internet known as the Chiral network. No joke, this is what you do for 30 hours. Yeah, it's not a game for everyone, but let's skip all that. As the game continues, we slowly uncover details about the world. Some people have a condition called dooms, which allows them to travel to beaches. Remember, that's the in-between life and death limbo sort of place. Sam has class 2 dooms, which allows him to repatriate, and also he can scent when BTs are around, and any that touch him cause this rash to spread around his body. Due to this, Sam does not touch anyone. He hates physical contact. Higher levels of dooms allow sufferers to use the beach to instantly travel around the world. One such person who has this is Fragile, who's a French transporter who has an English name but speaks with American vernaculars. All this is summed up with her catchphrase.
I'm fragile.
But not that fragile.
The highest levels of dooms allow sufferers to summon and control BTs. The higher the level of dooms, the bigger the BTs. So everything is pointing straight back to that mysterious figure. A really cool thing happened from this moment forwards. Every time Sam reconnects with his BB, they share a memory together of BB's past. Visions of BB's father loving his child stuck in his little chamber. We'll get back to that, but just remember these happen a lot and these are always positive. Midway through Sam's journey, he finally meets the Golden Masked Man, who reveals himself as Higgs. And like usual, he delivers a bad guy monologue before gifting us with a boss fight. Here's another weird ass piece of lore to remember. The weapons used to defeat BTs use Sam's blood. Something within Sam allows every secretion to be used as weaponry. So yeah, that includes your urine and poop. Weird. Just go with it, alright? So I've introduced Fragile without going into depth, so let's do that now. Fragile is seen as a terrorist by most people in the game. This is because she was responsible for transporting a bomb into a city, causing a voidout just outside. But in a clever piece of narrative symmetry, we experience the same situation moments prior to being told this. Higgs attempts to trick us into blowing up a safe house, but luckily we threw the bomb in the Black Sea and saved everyone. Which allowed Fragile to explain what happened when she carried a bomb.
I followed the delivery truck and somehow managed to carry the bomb to safety. But Higgs had been on to me from the start. He caught me red-handed outside the gates, Nuke still cradled in my arms like a child.
Fragile was caught by Higgs attempting to get the original bomb out of the city. To punish her for disobeying him, he gave her a choice: to run and save herself from the imminent voidout, or take the bomb as far away from the city and be a hero. She chose the latter, but there was a caveat to Higgs' punishment. She must run through Timefall unprotected. He gave her a mask to save her face, but the rest of Fragile wasn't so lucky. It withered and became old, making those microbiotes she's always eating so much more important to her.
You are a goddamn hero. You did the right thing.
Without a moment to catch our breath, the next random action takes place. A sudden whirlwind-like storm picks up Sam and sends him back, you ready for this, to World War I. I promise I'm not making this up. The entire segment is a boss fight against Clifford Unger, the man we saw in our BB dreams. But this Clifford is hell-bent on regaining his BB and has a gang of Skeletors to help. Luckily though, Sam is a badass and kills Clifford just in time for the storm to end and bring him back to the present day. Now back in present tense, Sam finds out he was gone for merely a few seconds and not the hours he thought he was there.
Sam, do you read me?
Next, our Sam meets Mama, a brilliant scientist who is trapped in one room for the rest of her life. And here's why. Yep, she has a child who's a BT, but somehow they are still connected by the umbilical cord. In a gruesome flashback, it is revealed during a voidout, Mama, who was heavily pregnant, was trapped under rubble for days and gave birth via incomplete C-section while simultaneously being crushed to death. Somehow this harrowing event gave her the ability to see her own child and keep her here in the living world instead of the beach. Mama informs Sam about a brilliant scientist he needs to go visit, Lochner. But get this, they are twin sisters. So off Sam trots to visit Lochner, but she simply doesn't trust him. Sam tries to reunite the sisters to show how trustworthy he is, but Mama just simply won't leave her child. After hours and hours of procrastination, Mama creates a weapon which cuts umbilical cords, allowing the undead to finally reach the afterlife and leave the limbo beaches. The first BT they try this on is Mama's baby, and yeah, I cried a little bit here. After After another Higgs boss fight, Mama is strapped to Sam's back and they go to find her sister. But when they arrive, Mama is revealed to have died giving birth, but her connection to her twin sister and the tie to her dead daughter kept her in this land of the living. Now that the siblings are back together, Mama dies. But for realsies this time. They were in fact conjoined twins at birth and had such a close bond they could speak to each other with entire states between them. The story heavily suggests that they are in fact one person split into two bodies, and this is embodied by the moment Lochner blinks and the eye colour of both siblings are revealed. Before we can get our head around all this, Sam's BB is taken away from him. He is getting so close to his bridge baby that he named the little bugger Lou.
Lou?
And that's when we get to know this guy, Deadman, a person made up from a blend of stem cells and dead individuals. The game sort of glosses over this, but it's implied that he's some sort of Frankenstein creation. Deadman tells Sam that his BB is too close to the land of the living and will soon become a real baby and immediately die in a few days. To stop this, he must perform an operation. So Sam reluctantly agrees. Sam goes back out into the world without a BB, which makes it far more difficult by the way, with our magic necklace reconnecting the United States of America internet, and now we can finally have our baby back. We meet Deadman on a mountaintop covered in snow, but we shall not question how this big lad got all the way up here. I mean, it took a fully trained porter 3 days. Oh well, video games I suppose. Before Sam can see Lou, another chiral storm sends Sam, BB and Deadman back to World War II this time, yet again to face Clifford Unger. During the war sequence, Deadman gives back BB, and during the final battle with Clifford, Sam snatches his dog tags, and suddenly we're back in the real world again. Deadman explains his weird stem cell Frankenstein thing, but the real information comes from those dog tags, which allow us to understand Clifford's past. A former military captain who served in many wars. He was so good at what he did, he never lost a man in battle. He always brought them home. So Clifford may be a military badass trying to gun us down, but his heart is in the right place. Next up, Sam transports Mama's body to Hartman. First, we should note that Mama's body is not necrotizing, and that's why Hartman wants to run tests on her. So Sam climbs up another snowy mountain and meets Hartman, but he's already dead. But not for long. So how the hell do we explain this one? Hartman dies every 21 minutes. Due to a complication with his heart, which is literally heart-shaped by the way, Hartman undertook surgery. Mid-operation, the area lost power due to a voidout, killing Hartman. He spent the next 21 minutes back on the beach with hundreds of people who died in the same moment. He watched on as his wife and child walked into the sea, but before he could rescue them, the power came back on in the hospital, resuscitating him. He was dragged back into the land of the living. Hartman's life changed that day, and now he would happily give his life to find his family on the beach. So every 21 minutes, he allows himself to die to give himself 3 minutes on the beach. He's so devoted to his family, he's died almost 250,000 times, but cannot find his loved ones yet. Quick, we should lighten the mood. Along with Mama's body, Sam also unwittingly brought along with him his mother's umbilical cord. Yeah, it's weird, just go with it. From Mama's body and the umbilical cord, Hartman proclaims he understands what's going on. Which is good, because nobody else understands what the hell is going on. Basically, chiralium can be found in Mama's body, which is why she is not necrotizing. And chiralium is in Bridget's umbilical cord, which allows her to go to the beaches. But Bridget is OTT, it's off the charts. Sometime later, Hartman deduces that Bridget, get this, is an extinction entity. And things get really messed up now. How did the dinosaurs die out? That would be by an extinction entity. What happened to Neanderthal man? Yep, you've guessed it, they died via an extinction entity. Well, Death Stranding tells us there has been 5 extinction entities in the history of the world, and all have failed because something survived. In the current world, only human beings and cryptobiotes have survived to this point. Oh, and by the way, the 5 flying figures you see throughout the game, those are the previous extinction entities watching on. I thought that was a pretty cool touch. Hartman then hits us with the facts. It's highly likely that Amelie is the next extinction entity. So be prepared. Armed with this new information, Sam finally crosses America and reconnects everyone. Huzzah! Hooray! But it's short-lived because Higgs arrives and admits to secretly helping us complete the network. So he could do this, brainwash Amelie into merging all the Limbo Beaches together via the chiral network Sam literally just finished. And then he'll wipe out humanity in the 6th extinction. Sam is quickly thrown into a huge boss fight against this thing. He takes it down, of course, because he's a badass. Higgs manages to escape and takes Amelie with him. GG's on the butt slap physics here. I'm impressed. But he tells Sam exactly how to find him on the beach, and then mortally wounds BB. This little guy won't survive this. Fragile uses her spiky coat and insta-travel skills to get Sam to the beach, and then we have an epic face-off between Sam and Higgs, resulting in some slow-motion face punches, Mortal Kombat style. Beautiful. Sam wins the epic battle of the ages, and he's done it. Defeated Higgs and saved the world. He gets the girl. This must be the end. And can I just comment on the weird tension between Sam and his sister? It doesn't look like brother-sister love. It's really strange. The last time I ran with my sister across a beach, I pushed her into the sea. But anyway, the final Death Stranding has been averted. Everyone lives happily ever after. Roll the credits! Oh, wait. There's loads more to get through. Whew, we're still growing. Amelie decides to come clean about everything, but yet again, before we can get the real truth about things, something else happens. Over the next hill on the beach is none other than dead President Bridget, joined by her second-in-command Die-Hardman. Can we all agree that name is ridiculous? And then Clifford walks out of the sea. By the looks of things, all the beaches are beginning to converge as Higgs proclaimed. And then yet again, before we get answers, Amelie throws Sam off a cliff to repatriate back to the land of the living. Sam awakes in a safe house and is told to walk all the way back to the beginning of the game. I'm being serious, yes, all the way back across America to get answers. So, of course we did it, because after 35 hours, we all want closure. Sam must bring back cryptobiotes for Fragile, who is almost dead after using her powers to fast travel everyone except Sam. Video game logic. On the way back, Sam must avoid unreal amounts of BTs in the worst timefall imaginable, only to be hit with another storm. This time, he is sent back to the Nam, to Vietnam, to face Clifford and the Skeletors one last time. After besting him, we get hit with some more truth bombs. Are you ready for this? As we suspected, Clifford is a great man, a war hero, a loving father to BB, and after his wife fell ill, he was told by his old friend his son BB was going to be taken away and he would never see him again. Die-Hardman gives Clifford 5 minutes to escape. Clifford then decides to kill his own wife to sever the link and took BB, but sadly, his plan failed badly. Shot by security, Clifford was dying and took BB in his arms, removing the pod to hold his son for the first and last time. As time froze, Sam realised the baby was him. Sam was the BB Clifford had been searching for. Of course, these loving moments are usually followed with grief, and yeah, it happens here. President Strand comes in and orders Die-Hardman to kill Clifford. Die-Hardman couldn't pull the trigger, so Bridget helps. They didn't realise that baby Sam was taken out of the pod, and the bullet killed both Clifford and baby Sam. Guilt-stricken, Bridget went to the beach to resuscitate Sam, making him a repatriate in the process. Now outside the pod, President Strand decided to raise him as her own son. Little did she know that going to the beach to rescue Sam would in fact allow all dead beings to rejoin the living world. She unwittingly started the Death Stranding. So the scar we saw early on now has a key meaning. Can Sam stop the final stranding, the extinction event to end all extinction events? He travels to the beach to talk to his sister, but then we get another shocking twist. Bridget and Amelie are not mother and daughter like we first thought. They are in fact the same person. Due to her cancer, Bridget's soul was not whole with her body, making two parts of the same being. As her body withered, Bridget told everyone of her daughter to hide this fact, which also explains why Amelie only appears as a holographic form in the real world. And now the final decision. Amelie allows Sam to decide the fate of the world. Kill her and give humanity more time to live, or let the final stranding happen. Tough choice, but I personally let the world burn and let her walk into the sea. You can't do that. It isn't a choice after all. You cannot kill Amelie. Instead, Sam must hug his sister, his mother, whatever she is now. This moment of compassion is the only thing preventing extinction. Amelie doesn't want to destroy humanity, but she knows it's her only purpose in life. I mean, she previously begged Sam to kill her to stop Armageddon. So ultimately, she doesn't want to kill everyone, I think. Sort of. So she decides to stay on the beach for as long as she can, but reminds us that the 6th and final extinction will happen. It's inevitable.
Sam. beach.
And then the credits roll again. We finished! Yeah, you know we haven't finished really. Sam is literally pulled from the beach by all his friends he's made on this adventure so far. FYI, they use the umbilical cord and other items to access the beach. From here, Die-Hardman removes his mask and becomes the new President of the United States. And after the press conference, he breaks down in front of Sam, explaining how he shot the man he loved, Clifford. That's platonic love, by the way, don't read too much into that. Sam hits Die-Hardman with this line.
Nobody wants a president who acts like they're immortal. And if you're not scared of death, how can you value life?
It's a pretty good line to say to a president. Finally, disaster strikes. Lou is proclaimed dead. The BB we loved for so long is no more. And Sam must retrace his steps from the first mission of the game and incinerate his baby to prevent another Voidout.
Come on, Lou. One last delivery.
In a show of compassion, Deadman removes Sam from his binds to the UCA, allowing Sam to remove Lou from the chamber without breaking the law. Which of course he does, and tries to resuscitate Lou one last time. And guess what? It failed! No, I'm kidding, he did it.
Ugh.
Lou is a real baby, all naked and cold. The pair go outside and feel real rain once again, without the fear of timefall. And to end this story, Lou is actually revealed to be a girl. So little Lou is actually little Louise. Now disconnected from the Chiral network, Sam is free to live his life with his daughter. And that ends Death Stranding.
Louise.